Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Wanna Be Mindful podcast. I'm Sean, and I'm here with Jared. And today we're going to be speaking about gratitude.
Gratitude. What is it doing? Why is it here? Where are we going? So, when we're talking about gratitude, it's something in our lives that you can never have enough of, in my opinion. And we're always seeking for happiness and fulfillment for things outside of our control, when really it's all right in front of us. We have things today now in our grasp, you know, things accessible to us that millions of people in the past were not able to have access to. Simple things as well, like a phone, like this easy of access to clean drinking water, such a wide variety of food at the supermarket, be able to drive a car 100 miles an hour, 150 if you want. Guarantee it's not very legal, but you can do it. And, doing all these things, there's many more, but you can do many things nowadays that you couldn't do in the past. So today's episode is going to be on the fine lines of gratitude. And of course, we all know what the outside layer of it is, but we also want to go into the science of it, of how it can really change your life. It can create a complete paradigm shift of how your mind works, and really how it can change the neurological activity in your brain. And yeah, that's what we're going to be speaking on today. So, John, if you want
I'm
to say
very
anything about it.
I'm very excited to be talking about it because gratitude is it's in a way it's a way of life. And people go throughout their day not recognizing how important and how life-changing implementing gratitude in their lives could be. So I'm excited that Jared is going to speak about the neurological and the neuroscience behind gratitude and how it could actually shift your focus on life. And you can become a happier person. And some say gratitude is the underlying pathway to get to happiness. Because if you implement gratitude into your life, you're going to start feeling a boost of positivity and you're going to be feeling more happy than you usually are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we talk about habits a lot. Like we've talked about a lot of the things we can implement in our lives to change that consistency. And so this is another piece of the puzzle that if you can add a gratitude practice with consistency and really bring it into fruition in your life, then you can start to see the notable changes and that paradigm shift that we were speaking on earlier, of how you see the world, of how you go about the world, how you wake up every single day. And instead of dreading waking up, you look forward to waking up because you realize all the things that are right in front of you: a nice cozy blanket, a nice soft pillow, a nice mattress, and then being able to wake up, have water, be able to take a shower, have toothpaste to clean your teeth. So all these little simple things that we really take for granted that a lot of people may not have access to or have had access to in the past. So it can really have that paradigm shift of how you go about your day. You're seeing the world in a different light. Rather than seeing the negatives, you're seeing all the great things that you do have.
I think
And
I think one of the key components of gratitude is just the subtle fact of making yourself aware of the things you have. I think that is a practice in itself because most people wake up taking things for granted, not even realizing that they should take time to be grateful for everything they have now. And realizing that if you're grateful for everything you have now, then you're allowing yourself to bring more into your life.
hmm yeah, and when we're talking about gratitude, we're not talking about, you know, just being complacent where you're at. Being just being happy where you're at and maybe a situation that you're not fully happy with. because you could be working a job that you don't find fulfillment in. You're not in a relationship that is a healthy relationship, and they could not be the right partner for you. So we're not talking about being complacent and not, sticking with things that are horrible for you. It's still great to go after the challenges in life and the difficult things, because that can bring even more gratitude in your life. Be thankful for the opportunities that are in front of you. Be thankful for all the different things out there in life that you can move towards, instead of just being where you're at. It's being thankful for the opportunities and the people, places, all that is brought towards you, and then going after them. And if you fail, just be thankful for the opportunity, and you move on to the next step. You take the learning process, keep on failing, and eventually you'll reach that level of success or fulfillment with that thing. But it's difficult to do it without gratitude, because if you're not thankful for failing and you just see it as something that you failed at and that you just continue on, then like, of course you're not going to get any better at it. But if you're thankful that you did fail and you took a learning lesson away from it, then that is a complete shift on how you see that certain opportunity, and then you can move on to the next thing. And if you're grateful for it, then pretty much unbeatable in that circumstance. Like, nothing's going to be able to touch you.
I agree with you. And a lot of people might think that just making that shift is very hard to do. However, it's not impossible, because with time and practice and just consistency on being aware, making yourself aware. And one way you can make yourself aware is just by pausing a moment and saying, am I aware right now? You just made yourself aware in a moment. And now you can focus on being grateful for the things that you have. And especially if you fail at something. And
Which we all fail,
we fail at things.
Fail every single day at certain things.
And if you're grateful for the failure that you learned, and you're gonna give it a nice shot next time, and you keep moving forward. As long as you're moving forward in a positive avenue, then you're gonna be unstoppable. And that's just the truth about it. I mean, come on.
Come on. Be thankful.
Um,
But I think that's something that should be encouraged more, is failure, because that's not. I think we've touched on this before, but like going through school and throughout our entire childhoods, if you fail a test, you're a failure. You're stupid.
I think they
get
need,
out of class.
right. I think they need to start getting rid of the stigma of fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
And not encourage just to keep on failing, but like encourage to eliminate the fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
If that was more like
Accepted.
more accepted precedent in the days nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
it would be, kids would be more successful. I feel
Yeah, it should be encouraged.
people would be more successful.
Yeah, I read this book one time about different people like that were successful in certain lines of work, and there's this one girl. She's an entrepreneur. Like she created something, and she said one way that she got success in her life, one way that she was brought up that really like changed her mindset on failure, was each night at the dinner table, her and her family would have dinner, and her dad would ask around the table of what the family failed at today. So he would ask each one of the children and his wife of what they failed at today. And if they didn't have something solid to bring up, like you didn't go out and try something new, you didn't, strive for something difficult that you failed at, then, he would look at it and just, be disappointed, basically, because he would encourage failure. He wanted his kids and his family to fail at things, because if they weren't failing, then they weren't learning. And so that's what she said. I don't know her name. I forgot, it was a little while ago. But she attributed that to one way that she found success, because she failed over and over and over again in her process and her journey of becoming a successful person. And I found that, a pretty amazing. But
That's really really good story. And so the bottom line is that we need to be grateful for the failures and not be down about them, not just feel negative about failures and not be scared of failing, especially at risk of judgment from friends or family or people. Just, you can't just have a fear of letting other people down. That's one of my biggest things I want to get across. But you should be grateful that you had enough courage to try it, and be grateful that you failed. Be grateful that you're learning from it. Because if you move in a positive manner, you can move mountains.
Move mountains, just like Miley Cyrus.
She is awesome.
Yeah. So that could be the poll for the podcast. Miley Cyrus. Do you think she is a positive influence on young women out there? Or we could just simply put, do you like Miley Cyrus and her music?
That's a great Q&A. That's
Yeah.
a great poll.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
poll.
Great poll. Because, I feel like there's a lot of controversy around Miley Cyrus. But, God, she's got some great songs.
And I am grateful for her.
We're very grateful for Miley Cyrus today.
She's a great voice.
What a
too.
lady,
Great voice.
Yeah, great voice. If you see some interviews with her, she seems like a spirit.
Fun fact: when Emily is sick and she sings, she sounds exactly like Miley Cyrus.
Really?
And it is
It's like raspy.
It's raspy. It's riveting how accurate, and it's like Miley Cyrus is in the car with me,
Wow.
and I make sure to tell her.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
So
interesting.
why don't we start talking about the actual neuroscience about gratitude? If you
Yes,
can
yes.
dig us in, get us a little acquainted with that study, the paradigms and the uniqueness, and how it's more than gratitude just being a mental thing. Now
Yeah.
it's physically changing your body.
Yeah. So it's not just the wishy-washy, whooshy-dooshy kind of thing, just not like, oh, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. It can actually change the neurons in your brain and how you go about life. It literally changes the activity, and it can change past childhood trauma from just thinking in a different light and putting a different practice into your life. And I'm no neuroscientist. Definitely not. So there's also great content about this, but I'm going to touch upon it a little bit in the best I can. So,
And if you're skeptical, do your research. You can look up
oh
everything.
yes, that's always what we encourage.
Look up everything Jared's saying, and you can find that there's studies and scientific proof of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's so damn cool about it.
Yeah, so one thing that a consistent gratitude practice and just having and being aware of gratitude in your life and being grateful for things, it can change your past childhood trauma. So there have been studies that have been shown that they'll do tests on people and how they see past childhood trauma after doing certain things. And if you think about it, if you go in the past, if you go to an event in your childhood that could have been traumatizing towards you, that you may feel resentful or hateful towards somebody in your life, a family member, a parent, or a sibling that may be traumatic to you, if you have gratitude instead of hate towards it, and that may seem like black and white, but if you feel a sense of gratitude for it, because you wouldn't be the person you are today without it, and if you can find that level of gratitude for it, it will change your mindset and how you think about it, and it can change how you see certain things in the future. Because when we have past childhood traumas that can grow in us as we grow older, it can really change how we see certain things, how we view relationships, how we view parenting, and how we want to be. So we can change that as we get older And if we can become aware for it of how it really is and actually become grateful for the things, because if you're grateful, then you could really take those learning lessons and attribute it to your own life, knowing that you don't want to put that on other people. You want to put the opposite in people because you see how bad and how traumatizing it can be to one person. So changing your mindset and having that consistent gratitude can change trauma and start to change how you view the world in that certain way. And so when we talk about a gratitude practice as well, a lot of the times when we think of it, we think of just things that we can write down. So we like grab out a journal, or we just think of things that we're grateful for, and like that's a good way to go about things. It can be eye opening, and just you can feel that sense of gratitude. But really, when it comes down to it, what research and studies have shown is that we feel the most gratitude when we receive it. And so what we mean by that is, from different sources in your outside world that go into you, that you feel gratitude, basically. So it's like attributing it to my own life when I go down a difficult road, when something's, difficult, emotionally difficult, physically difficult, and you receive that level of gratefulness and happiness from doing something difficult, because you know what it's like to be comfortable and also to achieve something that was difficult to go after. So when we're receiving gratitude, then that is when we're actually at our best. So if you want to give an example possibly of receiving gratitude in your life, or like even somebody famous, or a different way to go about it as well.
Um, Receiving gratitude by like a challenging and difficulty like task is what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it can even be, like reading a story. That's also something that has shown in the past to for people to like feel a lot of gratitude. Like they read a story about a certain somebody, possibly coming from a difficult uprising, or just doing things a certain way, becoming successful a certain way that was different from everybody else, and yeah, like so stuff like that. Possibly. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's fine.
I like being thrown on the spot. I'm grateful for it.
I am grateful. And I will say that I think there's times in the past where I have seen a lot of things about people on the news, and I
Okay,
realize
the
how
news.
lucky I am to have my whole family and to be in the situation I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I receive gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I'm looking at that, like the unfortunate happenings of other people,
Mm-hmm.
it reminds me that I'm a lucky guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to be thankful for all the things I have, and
Okay.
just be happy with what I got, and focus on that positive energy around me, and just like me being able to be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful for that, the
Mm-hmm.
awareness of it.
Yeah. So seeing like how bad some people have it really makes you feel grateful for what you have.
I think,
And
yeah, that's when I receive gratitude a
mm-hmm.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's an excellent example of receiving gratitude. So yes, it's good to think about things we're thankful for, and to possibly write it down, or just think about it. But that's one of the ways that is shown to be the best route to go towards, to have and feel gratitude in your body. And there is science behind this. We can do the research a little more, but it literally does change the neuron activity, the neurological activity in your brain, allows you to think differently. It creates that shift in your mind. And it's not just, saying it does and then it'll, and maybe it will. Like, no, there's scientific proof and there's studies that have been shown that it can change your mindset and change your happiness levels and the serotonin levels in your brain when you do certain gratitude practices.
Which is great. It shifts your focus, literally. So if you want to practice this, you can start by every day you wake up, say the words thank you. Just say thank you. You can say it in your head.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit.
Say thank you as soon as your feet hit the ground. Say thank you as you walk to the bathroom to brush your teeth. Say thank you in your head while you're brushing your teeth that you're able to brush your teeth. Say thank you for getting a sip of water in the morning. Say thank you your whole morning for like the first 5-10 minutes of your morning. And if you do that consistently and with time, results will come. Trust the process, and it'll start shifting your focus of your life. Your life will start shifting into a new positive focus. This is real. This is real stuff. I was going to curse, but I don't feel like cursing. I'm grateful that I'm not. So
It's a kid's show. It's for kids.
If there's science,
just kidding. No, it's not.
if there's science to back up this concept, it's beautiful. And we looked up a couple things before we started the podcast, and it said that it was proven that gratitude, the practice of gratitude, can improve sleep, improve your immune system, and there's one more. But you can look up the benefits yourself. That's what's so cool about it. If you got that iPhone or any sort of internet, first of all, be grateful, and then look up the benefits of gratitude and join the wave. There's not a lot of people on this wave, so you're just going to be part of the rare ones.
But yeah, no, that was a great point of what you said, of saying thank you. So saying like, thank you all throughout your day for even the bad stuff as well. So somebody runs over your leg as you're going across the crosswalk. It's going to be difficult to think about in the moment, guaranteed. But if you say thank you for that, and you're just, you're happy, life happens. Crap happens to you, painful things happen. It's part of being human. It's part of the beautiful thing about being human. But if you're thankful for the bad just as much as the good, then that's naturally just going to make you a happier person. Like no outside sources are going to be able to affect you. That is part of taking control of your mind. If you can not let any outside forces affect you and you're thankful for it all, then you are naturally going to be one of the most happy people out there. If you're thankful for the bad just as much as the good, you're going to be thankful. And you're going to feel that gratitude in your heart. You're going to feel it in your brain. You're going to do it. You're going to feel it wherever you go. So saying thank you, all throughout the day. Trying to remind yourself, make a note of it before you go to sleep. Make a note of it in your phone. Maybe set a reminder of every hour of just like thank you to start, and then it can become a habit, and then it becomes much easier after that. The most difficult part of starting a new habit or a new routine is in the beginning. So adding some type of gratitude practice can completely change your life. And I know for me, and if you just think about it, just plain and simple, just the facts there. If you're able to go throughout the day, if you're working and then you feel this overwhelming sense of gratitude for the people you work with, the environment you're with, and the scenery, possibly the nature that's around you, the clothes that you're wearing. If you become aware of this all in one moment, then you'll get this overwhelming sensation of gratitude and happiness. And if you can do that at different times of the day, or even go throughout the day, stressful environment, working hard, but you can come back to it at the end of the day and then feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for it, be able to calm down, maybe sit down on your phone for a second and just be thankful for for some funny meme or something hilarious, but you're grateful for that little moment that you have, then naturally you're going to be a happier person. You're going to go through life a different way.
Some people chase this illusion of happiness when in reality the happiness is right where they are, and
Right in
what they
front of
have
you.
is gratitude. That's where the happiness comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a misconception. People are chasing things thinking it's gonna make them happy, but after they get it, then what? And it's just like it moves on and on. Really, you need to take a step back, take a step forward, be in the middle, you're in the present, be happy for everything that you have so far,
Yeah.
and that is going to make you more happy.
Yeah, because it's like on the road of becoming rich per se. You know, you want that $1,000,000, you want it so bad, so much more than anything else in the world. And you know, you get there. You get there eventually. But you know, you were so focused on that $1,000,000 the entire time when once you look back, you know, you have it now. You can, you know, live your life with more freedom and whatever the case may be, whatever the reason is that you did it. But you could look back and say, okay, I have it now, but I wasn't enjoying the present. I wasn't enjoying all the great people around me. I was ignoring them at times. And it could have contributed to the success of getting that $1,000,000. But if you're thankful for that journey and you're happy that you're going along that journey, then that is what you will remember the most. Like the difficult times, the times that you felt lonely and it was difficult. You were working probably too much. But if you could be thankful for that, thankful of the times that you were working too much, and thankful for all the aspects that brought you to that point, then that's what made the journey. And there's beauty in the journey more than the destination, I believe, because you know that's the ending point right there. I mean, you don't have to make it the ending point, the starting point of something new, start of a new adventure, but you know, don't forget to smell the roses. Is a great quote that I try and contribute into my life. So don't forget to smell the roses. Look around. Be grateful of the people, the place, the things around you, of nature, of all the beautiful aspects of life and what there is out there. And I promise that life will get better. It feels better.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not hard to do. It's really not hard. You just need to say thank you every day. So the words thank and you are two beautiful words that your subconscious is going to hear if you say it to yourself. You talk to yourself in your head and you be grateful. And this is not impossible to do, and it's not even hard to do. It just takes a little time and a little bit of effort, and major results come about.
Mm-hmm.
That is why gratefulness is so amazing. And people, it's sad because it goes right over their heads throughout their day. The majority of people that aren't trying to be self-aware, it really is a sad thing, because imagine if everyone just thought like that. Everyone had a positive outlook of what they have, and they just move forward with a positive feeling of gratefulness, and they're going to strive to whatever goal they have, whatever greatness they seek. They're going to be grateful along the journey for all the failures, all the successions they have. I mean, gratitude can change your brain, and science to back it up. I would say gratefulness is one of the top players in self-development and self-improvement, and for mindfulness.
Definitely. So still strive for difficult challenges, for different opportunities in your life. You know, strive for that, but be grateful for the opportunities and what it takes to get there. Because most people, there's a reason why, you know, a lot of people seem to be unhappy or depressed now, and it's for a reason. You know, it takes effort to put a gratitude practice in. It takes effort and consistency to do certain things that are good for your mind and good for your body. You know, it can be difficult and challenging to start out with. And, you know, there's a reason why most people don't do it. You know, there's a reason. So you have to want it. You have to know what it takes, you know, what you'll need to do. But, you know, it doesn't mean to stay away from it. You know, the best things in life are a little difficult. You know, there's going to be a little bit of problems along the way. It's going to be a little difficult. So
And like you
that's
said,
what makes it worth it, though.
like you said, Jared, it's not hard. It's not impossible to do. It may be difficult for others, and that is
Not
when
impossible.
that is when the tug of war battle between your spiritual side and your animal side comes into play. A lot of people just let their animal side take the wheel and start driving their lives. But it is a tug of war match. It's a battle. Your spiritual side is you need to align your spiritual side with the animal side that you have in this human body. And if you can make your animal side do a little work, get a little hardship going, and feed that spiritual side the goodness that it needs. Body is a temple, mind and body connected, then you will achieve greatness. That's just what it is. Because a lot of people try their best. They say they try their best and they still failed at it. That means you didn't try your best. If you gave it 100% of yourself, a complete 100% of your entity into something, you cannot fail. You cannot lose. That means you will succeed. But people say, I tried my best. I really gave it my all. No, you didn't. Reflect, reevaluate. Was there more you could have done? Was there
Most
any more
likely.
Most likely there was. And it's something you may have not even conceived of or thought of.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that you probably don't even know what you could have done, but you could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really try your best, and I mean really, 100% of your being into something, you cannot lose. You cannot fail, and you will get it eventually. You will succeed. So be grateful that you have that ability in you. It's just up to you whenever
Mhm.
you want to bring that lion out of its cage and just start roaring and control the jungle.
Yeah.
King of the jungle.
Be grateful for it just as much as when it's difficult as when it's easy. You know, you should want it to be difficult because the easy stuff, like, that comes to everybody.
That's right.
It's easy for a reason. You know, a lot of people can do it. The more difficult path is when really the things are worth it. And if you're grateful of that difficult path and see it for how it is and are willing to put in the work, my gosh, darly darn, you're going to be happy.
And I know it might be a shitty thing to think that all the good things in life come by doing difficult things that you don't want to do. That's just life, brother.
That's that. So,
Final remarks?
so you were talking about animals before, your animal instinct.
Okay.
I got a question to pose to you.
Please.
So, if you could be an animal, any animal in the entire world, what would you be?
Great question. My answer. God.
Kangaroo, elephant, tiger,
Keep going.
bird, velociraptor.
It's gonna be
Actually,
a
that
lame
doesn't
answer. It's
really
gonna be a
count.
lame answer. But a cat.
A cat?
Oh yeah.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Nimble little guys.
Nimble little guy.
I like just cat energy. I
Like-
love dogs, but I'm a cat person, guys.
like a Garfield type of cat, but you want to be like a fit cat, like one that can like just run around the ceiling.
Yeah, like a sphinx that's fluffy.
Sphinx. Say that 5 times fast.
Sphinx, 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 sphinx.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Now I want you to
True
say
test of your podcasting skills.
say toy boat 5 times fast.
Toy boat, toy boy, toy boy, toy boy, toy boy. Toy boat,
The word is toy boat. So try again.
toy boy. I already said it. I said it probably the first
This
time.
is how you do it. Toy boy, toy boy. Fuck. All right. Final remarks. Jared?
Language now. I thought you were going to say you're going
It's
to
okay.
calm down the language.
I'm grateful that it's coming out now. We're
Yeah.
having fun now.
Yeah. Fun podcast, you know.
It was good. It was a great one.
It was. We're still going. We got at least another 30 minutes in us. I'm kidding.
Final remarks, though, Jared. Do you have any final remarks?
That was kind of my final remark. I just wanted to ask you
Oh,
that.
let me ask you, what animal would you be
Mm.
if you had to choose?
Let's see. I think a bald eagle would be
I was thinking
pretty
about that.
sweet.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Free, and there's a reason why it's like the symbol of America. Free,
It is free.
badass. Even though we kind of like have tags on all the bald eagles out there and stuff like that. That's at least I think, I don't know. I'm no geographer or national Scientologist, but bald eagles are pretty sweet animals. Or I was also thinking like a kangaroo. You just got your little baby in your sack all day. I guess if you can have babies as a kangaroo, and yeah, you're just hopping around. And have you seen them like fight people as well?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that they'll straight up box with you if they're willing and you're willing. So you got your little baby in your sack, and then you mess people up. You throw hands. Kangaroos, bald eagles. Want to be mindful podcast. That's what we're talking about.
Want to be mindful podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Please leave your answer in the poll that we're going to have if you're on Spotify. And if you're watching on YouTube, we're sorry that the video quality is not up to par. We're having
We'll definitely fix
Technical
these. Yeah,
difficulties.
there's technical difficulties, but don't worry. We're not going away anytime soon. And stay grateful out there, folks. Go after what's difficult, because that is what is worth it.
I agree completely. Have a great day, guys. Stay mindful.